adigi belumo. Covenant keeping God, you can never disappoint. Covenant keeping God, adigi belumo. Covenant keeping God, you can never disappoint. Ilori ebiarilo, iburomu biarimu. Covenant keeping God, you can never disappoint. Diwani singbe, isimiri kingdom. Covenant keeping God, you can never disappoint. Imeroni si ozo, imeroni ngoro gaije. Covenant keeping God, you can never disappoint. Covenant keeping God, agude nigwe. Covenant keeping God, you can never disappoint. Adigi baby gemie, adigi belumo. Adigi babi nemie sai. You can never disappoint. Covenant keeping God, ilori ebiaridum. Iburomu biaribum. You can never disappoint. Covenant keeping God. I want you to lift up your hands and begin to pray. Every covenant that is not the covenant of God in my life, every covenant made by my forefathers, affecting my life, affecting my family, affecting my business, my wife, my children, my husband. Lord, I disconnect myself. I disconnect my family. I disconnect my wife. I disconnect my business. I disconnect. Ablos kapale kobele kodi ande shabaratele kobele ni adi esai. Ebelos kapande kobele ando shabarakatela. I disconnect my life. I disconnect my business. I disconnect my wife, my children. Abanos kabalakados kabaladiana manasela. Ayada barakato sabaratai. I disconnect my life. I disconnect my business. Ashabarakatos kabaradaliana manasela. Covenant keeping God. Covenant keeping God. Covenant keeping God. You can never disappoint. Ilori ebiarido. Hey, iburomu biaribum. Covenant keeping God, you can never disappoint. Olori ebiarilo, iburomu biaribum, iburomu biaribum. You can never disappoint. Covenant keeping God, adigi belumo. Lord, we worship you. May your name be glorified.